already done my selling spree and such, so. Have I? Yeah, I did. Alright, let's sit here at the research station. We've got some research to do. Alright, the research station allows you to use the knowledge you've gained from reading books to locate an item in the museum. You may only undertake one project at a time. So we can either go for a book project, which costs us 10 points. And this will pretty much say to you, like, hey, get this book. It will probably also have a quest marker. You can also do the same for a relic for the museum itself. Let's just do a book for now. Okay. I don't know what he's doing, but... At least Mariah is here. She's here for moral support. She knows I need it. Oh god. What are you doing? You're writing something. What are you writing? That's rather interesting. Can I get... Start this research project. Oh my.
Oh, did you need something?
The history of Raven Rock Volume 2. Locate history around ... Fucking great. Oh, this, by the way, is in the library. You just go up the stairs or down the stairs, depending on where you're from, depending on like where you're coming from, and
What
just
can I do for you?
pretty much at the same place as like where the doors are. Like doors down there and up there, exactly between that. It doesn't give an actual location though. I kind of wonder what's up with that. Am I going to need to alt tab and look it up? Is the quest even selected? Skyrim, the history of Raven Rock. Vol 2. Okay, now I get it already. Raven Rock is not where we are. Raven Rock is in Solstheim. So I guess it's time that we... Oh, right. First it is, then it is. If the program is on for that. Okay. I guess we're going to travel to Solstheim. So there's a couple of things in this area. So once we go to Raven Rock, there are going to be there are 3 parts to this book, from what I just read. If you go into the right building, you just find 3 of them. You just find both one. You actually find all 3, just 1, 2, and 3. But I guess starting Dragonborn would be a good thing for now to do. And we need to go to there, so that means we're going to the Windhelm Stables. Because we still need to be outside, so Windhelm itself would not be a good idea, but the stables, yeah. It feels good though. Alduin is already gone. We've already surpassed the entirety of the Civil War. That's over. It's literally just, well, the vampires and the whole Solstheim, the whole Dragonborn thing with Marak and such. Let's see. There's a farm here that I really want to discover. How do you mean is that a no?
Goods and wares of all kinds, and all can be yours.
I haven't seen any message before. Let me see. You asked me a question. I actually don't see where the question is. What? I shit you not. The only thing that I see is like the welcome message from the bot. Then the is that a no? Then the Duncan the Devil is in the house, and then I asked you a question. There is nothing else on my... What? I guess it's about a call, right? Yeah, both the bot and the slops thing. I'm not showing anything else. Last thing I saw before... oh god. Huh. Not sure. That is weird.
Wow. That's a bit weird.
You know, normally when you send a message, the bot would instantly tell me as well that you've sent a message. But even that didn't happen.
I basically had to be my own bot. I had to send you a message and then tell you I sent you a message.
Yes, and then my bot recognized you, so I don't know what happened there.
And then the bot's like, hey, you sent a message. I already did.
Yeah, no, apparently that thing is just not always working. Oh god.
Just having a bit of a bad day.
Yeah, okay, first person, good. Yes, this first person was needed.
Yeah, I saw you had a bit of an incident with some modder.
Well, it's not really an incident, I just need to go to Solstheim. Because I have actually noticed something important.
Got something.
Fuck you, courier.
A letter. Not sure who from.
Speaking of something important, I've got a letter for you.
Yes, a letter from a friend, but he didn't say who he was. What?
No, the friend never says who they are.
You caused a bit of stir in the safe house. We displayed the power of your foom.
Hold up, in the safe house. What? Someone in the safe house has ratted you.
What?
Isn't the safe house supposed to be like your house at the museum? Isn't that the safe house?
Maybe?
What the fuck? What? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Iron, isn't it? Like, he's so fucking sick and tired of you shouting all over the place. He's like, just shut the fuck up.
I think I did accidentally shout indeed there.
But I think someone's hiding in your house.
Yeah.
And they're complaining about the noise.
Nope. Sorry.
But there is something else that I found. So if you are in a museum, in the library, there's actually a research station.
Okay.
It's not on the bottom floor and also not on the top floor. It's like between there, like at the spot where the doors are. You can actually research the location of an artifact or a book for the museum yourself. Like, I'll show you my quest right now. If I go up to the top, I have a research project. Locate the history of Ravenrock Volume 2 in the area around, and then it says dot. I'm not in Raven Rock itself, but I've looked it up. Raven Rock has Raven Rock volume. There's like 3 of them. If you go into the right house, you can find all 3 of them back to back, which is what I'm going to do.
I really like it, the fact that you search the area around Dot.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
That's a bit weird. But anyway, so about this whole expedition thing that we were planning, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's just say that those stations that Frontier was talking about, they're in the game now. And they frontiered the fuck out of it by basically making them useless in any sense of the word. Because, well, the problems that people were having with the terms of tritium was, well, you could buy it fucking almost anywhere, but shit was expensive as shit, so no one could afford to, get tritium. People started complaining in the forums about the unavailability of tritium. Frontier then took that. They were like, oh, yeah, shit, sorry, we'll fix this for you. And obviously the entire community goal became a thing. They made a big deal about fixing this for the community, so what they did is basically provided us with a lot more stations that set it for even higher a cost.
What?
I just want to understand that availability was never the fucking problem.
You have a point.
There's fucking thousands upon thousands of tons to be bought. The whole problem here was the fucking price. No, they didn't, do anything about any of that.
Rip.
A bit annoying, to say the least.
I'm going to Soul's Time.
Woo, Soul's Time.
Yeah, I'm going to deal with cultists.
We're going to have to edit this eventually.
Yes.
Great.
You're going to have to edit this eventually.
I have to listen to my own shouting. Great.
Yeah, and this is the 4th episode of this week, so...
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, no, the last one actually had a couple of issues with them, but well, the game crashed on the infinite loading screen. Mirai became stuck in a conversation, so I had to look up where a debugging manual was.
Oh, that's great.
You know, the debugging manual, luckily, like, that isn't a big of a problem. That one was just in my, literally in the storage system of the museum, luckily.
Right.
So I debugged her instantly, like that. Luckily, you can keep the debugging in the video. That's not too big of a deal. Because
by the way, wanna hear something really depressing?
Well,
maybe you can figure
I have to do like this little project thing for school where you basically have to make a short video about another one of your students. So basically, you pair up, you tell each other something about yourself, and then the other one basically has to make a video about the other person. So you're not making one about yourself, which is kind of interesting, not gonna lie. But the guy I'm working with is. I'd say I want to call him a potato, but that'd be an insult to potatoes.
So I'll assume
this guy, it's difficult as fuck to even get it to say anything. I asked him about himself, and the only thing I got was information about his headset. That should kind of tell you what kind of a potato head this guy is. But the cherry on top is that when I ask him about things to use in the video, he basically just gives me fucking nothing. Expects me to make a video, I don't know, making shit up about him or something, I don't know. And then when I ask him online, like, hey, can you send me your favorite song or whatever, so I can use that in the video? You know how he did this?
Well,
he took his phone, played the video on the computer on loud as fuck speakers, and made a phone recording of it. Just tell me the fucking name of the song, you absolute brain monkey! What the fuck? What good is a telephone recording of a YouTube video with advertisements in it, for fuck's sake?
The fuck?
What the hell? And this is the guy that's making a video about me. I'm getting kind of worried now.
Wow.
The only thing I did is I basically made a voiceover for the video he can do about me, and he did the same. So I have a voiceover of him talking about his headset, for fuck's sake. But this is gonna be something special, isn't it?
Yep.
special in the least
Councillor,
funny
it's my
sense of
job
the
to
word.
support him and make certain his rule is enforced.
But at least good news. Obviously, I mentioned that the second dev diary of Odyssey dropped, and it basically came in like a nuke, because the first dev diary wasn't. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it didn't really show anything substantial. It basically showed us the stuff from the trailer, and then didn't really give us any like details or specifics. Now the second dev diary basically blew it out of the water content-wise. To cleared a whole bunch of things up. We've actually seen the interior of stations, and this is all stations, so this is good. It's not like it's going to be a hand-picked few of them now. All stations are going to have interiors. From what we can tell, they're not going to be like full interiors, so you can't walk over the entire thing, which is honestly probably for the best. These things are like bigger than some cities. So it is going to be mostly like zoned off, where you can fast travel to different zones on the station, but most of these zones are like in the inner part of the station, so you've got windows that look out into the actual station itself, so you can see other players fly around and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Oh my.
You can walk around, talk to NPCs and so on. These NPCs, they've got like a fuck ton of animations and dialogue for them. I've even heard something on the lines of dialogue options that you can on the go with when you want to take up a mission. Like you can barter a bit about the price, which is pretty cool.
Oh my!
Pretty sure that some players are gonna find a lucrative way to fuck Frontier out of their credits that way. But yeah, you can entirely play Elite without ever buying a ship, which is kind of interesting. That made that an option for those that want it. Not sure why you would, but it's kind of fun to think about.
Okay then.
So basically,
so they just gave you a ship for the mission in that sense.
Well, not even that. Like you can there's just so much to do on actual planets now that it's considered an entire game. Apparently, they've discussed a couple of missions that you could do. Mostly they're discussing like an entire new sort of career style, which is the salvaging. Like you can you basically, when you're on a planet, you've got like your SRV, you've got your couple of scanners, and your entire purpose is to hunt down the wrecks or other ruins, and then see what there's to scavenge from them. So it's basically like a relic hunter type of playthrough, honestly.
Well then.
And
that sounds like me, the relic hunter.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound vaguely interesting, because I'm kind of imagining what these places are going to look like, and what could potentially be added later down the line. Like I would love to explore on foot, like at one of those targoid bases, and extract some actual relics. That'd be cool as shit. But in order to make this possible, there is going to be like a transportation service kind of deal for the people that are on foot, where you can basically go to one of the outposts, and there's like this transportation company that will send you to another one of their outposts on another planet. So that's kind of how you travel across the galaxy if you're on foot. Frontier has confirmed that this travel service won't be instant. Like it's not an instant teleport to wherever you want to go. They haven't exactly talked about how this is gonna be. People have been imagining that you basically tag along on a ship as like an NPC. Like you're in the multi-crew seat or whatever, and the ship makes the jumps for you or something along those lines. Or maybe it's a timer thing, which I kind of don't want it to be a timer thing, because that'd be boring as fuck. But we'll see. They're at least doing something interesting there. Obviously, there's going to be a whole new rank thing. So we've got exploration, combat, trade, and now we've got another one, which is going to be something along the lines of geonomics, which is where you get the handheld scanner and you walk around the planet scanning different things and collecting information. There is going to be a new sort of currency as well, which is, I'd say, it's not going to completely replace credits. It's going to be something. I'm imagining it's something to be used specifically for ground-based things, like for these different suits or whatever, because they're talking about different suits, and like they said before, they each do something different. For now, we've only seen 3 different archetypes. We've got an exploration variant, a salvaging variant, and a combat variant. And there's assumedly still even more. but we'll have to wait and see. Which is, you know, pretty cool. You can dress according to, you know, what your profession is. You can even upgrade those suits with, you know, materials and engineering-like things. But obviously, this will probably use that new currency that they talked about,
Probably
which is like a
not.
whole new way to progress in the game, which is what the game kind of needs, especially for the veterans out there like myself, which basically have no reason to really grind anymore. We've already got anything. So an entire new tree to grind with an entire new, you know, credits or currency to earn, to me is very appealing.
Did you see that?
So it means I can finally, you know, play the game normally again. And I'll probably want to use my second account to wipe it out and see what that don't ever own a ship playthrough is going to be like. Because when you start the game as a new commander, the game is going to give you two options. Basically, you start either with a Sidewinder or you start on the planet without a ship. Which, you know, interesting. I have not yet heard anything about if you'll be required to go onto the station and walk around to do the things you're supposed to do, or if that's still possible via the ship itself. I kind of assume that you have to kind of go around and look, because otherwise it's gonna get old pretty quickly and over. And after everyone's, you know, worn off the "oh, this is exciting and new" vibe, no one's ever gonna use it again. And to be honest, I kind of like the idea of having to actually leave my ship for once. No actual information on how you're leaving your ship. We haven't yet heard any confirmation if the cockpits at least will be, you know, walkable in, and how you actually leave your ship. Is it like a menu button press, just like the SRV, and you just magically teleport outside, or do you have to at least do some sort of, you know, in-game maneuver? Like I'd settle for just walking, you know, out of my cockpit to the back, to the door, and then teleport to the outside. Maybe like walk off the ramp or whatever. I'd at least want, you know, something along the lines of that. I don't want it to be an SRV type of teleport.
I feel that.
One thing that kind of took everyone by surprise, but once you think about it, it kind of makes sense. The Horizons update, which was a paid DLC, is gonna merge with the main game, meaning that the people that don't have it right now will get it basically for free. And you know, so much time has passed that I'm fine with this. If I had just bought Horizons like a week ago, I'd be kind of pissed, but you know, I don't really mind. And it's basically a way to make sure that the player base isn't going to be separated from 2 different expansions. Because otherwise you'd have people being locked out of Horizon stuff, being locked out of Odyssey stuff, and only being able to do the main game. This is at least a way to make sure that most of the community can at least play together, even if some of them don't have Odyssey. And besides, it's a pretty old pack by now. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. And as a sort of thank you to the commanders that already, you know, bought Horizons, by the time that the update merges with the game, I mean when Horizons merges with the game, most commanders, or at least all commanders that bought it before, they're gonna get a free skin for all of their ships. All of them.
Hey, that's my book.
Which is supposedly going to be a skin that you can't get otherwise. And I kind of like having a ship. I kind of like that they, you know, thought about getting it for every single ship you have, because otherwise, what they used to do is they give you like a ship for like the Cobra tree, which is nice, but nobody fucking plays the Cobra tree anymore. So they're giving it for all your ships, which is kind of sweet. I'm kind of curious to see what, you know, it's gonna look like.
I feel that.
I'm kind of scared it's gonna be ugly as shit and I'll never use it, but it's a nice collector's item nonetheless. Because, you know, you can't usually get that skin anymore. And because there's going to be a whole bunch of new players getting the game after Odyssey drops, I can imagine that a fair few people are not going to have the skin, which is always nice to have something rare.
Yes. Okay,
So,
I have what I came for.
Woo.
Back to the museum. Because I don't give a fuck about the cultists.
Yes?
How the fuck do I get out of here again? Is this the right way? It must be, right?
Just one good
Think so? I don't know.
Yeah, so this is... yeah, there we go. Found it. The Retching Netch in Souls Time actually has a basement here. And that's that entire thing that I just walked through.
Huh. And I actually never knew that.
We got warm food,
It might be because of a mod.
Maybe. Interesting.
Oh, maybe.
Welcome to the Wretched
Maybe.
Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sue Jammer that will
Yeah,
ever
I
grace your lips.
just want to see what you have for
Take a
sale.
look.
Do you have Netch Jelly? If yes... Nope, salt file. Fuck you.
Oh.
You know why I need Netch Jelly?
Watch yourself out there.
I have
Up
one
next,
specific
boy.
drink that I want to make. I had to give it in for like a quest or something. But now I need to actually make it for the museum.
Oh, yeah, I got
But
you.
it requires one Netch Jelly.
One thing that they've also said, or at least this wasn't in the Dark Diary itself, but in an interview that came later, it was basically like a little live stream, is that the guy that's in charge of missions, he kind of came on and he had to explain a couple of things, and they obviously said that missions are pretty much the single most important part of Elite. Not because it's what holds the entire game together, but missions are basically... They kind of touch on everything that Elite has to offer, like their exploration missions, trading missions, combat missions, different kinds of combat missions. And there's going to be a mission for pretty much everything. So getting this right and, setting it up is pretty vital, and it's a pretty, difficult task, but, he has the belief so far that it's all been going well. And what he basically said is he's not allowed to give us specifics yet, but he's saying that the mission structure as it is right now is going to be slightly not changed but improved in a way. For one, they're going to look at balancing again.
Like
and
always.
two, there's going to be more variety. Because what you'll usually find is there's going to be like a fuck ton of a certain specific mission in a system, but really only that mission.
Yep.
And different varieties of it.
Watch it.
Because, it's all got to do with the background simulation in whichever kind of state the system is in. But...
and the specific faction is in.
Yeah. And one thing that kind of touches into as well is the faction, obviously, that the NPCs you'll see on the station will actually be, dressed accordingly to the role. So whichever, faction they belong to, they'll actually wear that kind of logo or that kind of clothing or whatever. Like they'll represent where they're from, which is nice. And their states can also be affected by the background simulation. So the way they walk, the way they talk, all that will kind of be affected by it. Because if you've got a system that's like in Civil War, you'll find a lot of guards. If you find a system that's in an outbreak, you'll find a lot of angry people. The state of famine, you'll find a lot of like starving people, or not a lot of people because they're all dead. And so on.
By the way, look at what I'm going to do now. You can see I'm at the bottom line of the library, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's walk up the stairs to the right, further to the right. Ignore the second set of stairs. This library station, this research station, you just literally, you sit on the chair here. You get this option. From this is how you do your own research as well.
I never even knew that was fucking possible.
I figured that out in between recording sessions.
That's pretty cool.
So, Relic project, it's saying 1 because I got that singular book. So, it's going to take like a minute or two to do your quote-unquote research. You're going to get 2 notifications on the top left. That's rather interesting, I just said. You start scribbling down. I've got Mariah here.
Cool.
Now it says, yes, this must be it on the top left. Mariah's still behind me. She's my moral support on this because holy fucking shit, my character is writing a lot. This is interesting. And then, soon enough, it should give us a quest thing on our screen. But the research that you're getting, how to actually get it in comparison to spending it, you actually have to go and look at a book and such.
Just give me a second. My dog is going absolutely fucking crazy downstairs.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing that.
Hey.
My, it's starting to get a bit dusty in here.
Okay, come on. Can you find a relic for me? You're going to keep writing. Think he's been writing already for like a couple of minutes.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So it just gave me a research project called Locate Slaughterfish in a Jar. It doesn't give me a location, but I assume that depending on where we go,
Oh my. That's
Hall of Heroes, if I just go like outside, it will eventually give me like a quest marker to actually go to.
That's pretty handy, actually.
Yeah. Also, be sure to go to every shrine, and activate every singular standing stone.
Alright.
Because if we go into our system and into our mod configuration, and especially the Legacy Dragonborn settings in our quest displays, you can actually see here standing stones displays.
Oh.
If you activate one, you actually activate it here in the museum somewhere. The same counts for the divine displays.
Well, that's pretty useful.
Skills display, yes, those are also a thing. Smithing, get your smithing to 100, and you get the smithing display. Same for alchemy, same for enchanting. Combat, either block, marksman, heavy marksman, one-handed to two-handed. You need 3 out of those to 100. Stealth is light armor, lockpicking, pickpocket, stealth, and speechcraft. Stealth I already have myself, and magic, which is alteration and conjuration. You need 3 of those each time.
Okay.
So you can actually, those statues will also become available. I think this is the one for stealth. I'm not sure. Like where those all come up. Like, I haven't seen this one before, so.
Right. Well, it's pretty cool nonetheless.
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty fucking amazing, like how they did that. Like, those are like the little things that I just figured out in between sessions.
Yeah, I like it.
So this will help you in your research as well. Finding books in the museum, finding artifacts for the museum. Okay, in the museum, what? It is still telling me to go outside. What? Okay, so it's not telling me a lot. Oh, here. Okay, so the slaughterfish in a jar is at Brinewater Grotto or the Dainty Sload.
Alright.
It just took like 4 minutes to do the entire research, 4 or 5 minutes, so that is waiting time that you have. So I might just do that in between sessions every time, or in between episodes. Because there's still 4 to 5 minutes without anything. There we go. Slaughterfish in a jar. Found it.
Alright.
There we go. Completed. Research project. There we go. It's honestly, it's a very fun system. I like it myself. It's something that I've actually haven't seen before in this. So now I do have to say one thing about this though, is that this is actually the first time that I'm testing this out even. I didn't test it out in between sessions. Because my Amy character is properly fucked. I can't use her anymore at all.
Well, shit.
Yeah, do you know why?
Well,
you know that you know the Whispering Door, right? Under Whiterun. Yeah. So if you go into there, that sword, there's actually an amulet right next to it. The sword only lets you take things from the person you're attacking. If you also put the amulet on, you get it from everything around you in melee range. Meaning, I took life points from both Mirai and Farkas at the time. Eventually, Farkas started attacking me. Now I can't do my quest anymore for the companions, and I get chased out of Whiterun pretty much every time I get there.
Well, fuck.
I'm glad I figured that out eventually. So the weapon itself is good, but don't use the amulet and the weapon together. What I've practically done is I've like in this playthrough I've done both as well, but I instantly put them in the museum because that was like after figuring out what it did in like my other playthrough. So I was like, yeah, let's not.
Let's not make that mistake again.
No. Also, I've got more than 900 artifacts in my museum.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
Oh, and let's take a look at our paintings. As you can see, my entire hallway here is full.
Well then.
The only thing I'm not sure about is if there are more places for paintings. I know there's like one here. And one on this side.
By the entrance, yeah.
Oh, wow,
No, two. There's actually two. There's one on one side and one on the other side.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but I don't know if there are more. There's also a special painting place in here, but that's, you know, for Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if there are more paintings that we need to place down. If there are more, then fuck my life. Because I don't know where the fuck they should go down. But I'll probably figure that out. I haven't seen any more paintings, so... I've already done this. Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah, I just need to go here into the library.
Yeah.
Let's find the next artifact. Because honestly, I love finding artifacts.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of the funnier ways to play Skyrim.
Honestly, it's the only way I want to play Skyrim. I'm literally a relic hunter in every situation. My other playthrough, my new aim, because I do of course have a new Amy, she whenever she gets some good artifact, like she has to instantly bring it in. But the thing with her for the museum is she can't actually use weapons. Like most of the things that she uses, like the only way that she gets money is by selling off things that she has already brought to the museum.
Right.
Or things that don't matter in that sense. So I'm not picking up money from the museum. I'm also not going to randomly grab a weapon that I find on random. If I'm getting a weapon, I have to either craft it. The same actually counts for armor. I have to either craft it or buy it. And I'm leaning more to crafting. Just to make that other Amy character like more interesting.
Yeah.
Also, that character started...
more interesting, you basic bitch.
Well, the thing is, like, I do every other thing already in here. Like, in this I have like a very specific way that I play. I don't want to do the same thing with that, because that makes the other character just only for testing and such. Like, I don't want it to be just for testing.
Yeah, I get it.
So yeah, so that's also something that is going on.
Right.
Also, yes, I am doing one more research, because the research in this are actually fun.
Why not, right?
I mean, you get like, it sends you to an artifact, and like, instead of Aryan, who just gives you a random one and then like, have fun, I need to find a Jade Skull in the area of the Jade Skull. Oh god. Have I done that quest ever before? I honestly don't know, but it sounds scary. 'Cause I think there was something around at Jade School as well that I didn't like at the time.
Rep.
Why is the museum telling me to go? What? Sure. Also, what do you think of like everything that I've unlocked so far already? Like locations that I've been to?
You could do with a few more.
Yeah. I know. Oh wow. Okay, so here's the Jade School.
Alright.
I guess I'll go from the Nightingale Hall and out. I don't want to use the shadows though, because I know the shadows don't actually have some kind of annoying enemy. Usually. Yeah, no, there's quite some interesting places that we can actually go to and find things. This forces me to go to places that I've never been to before as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it forces me to enjoy Skyrim in like a just a little bit different way than normally.
You will play it and you will like it.
Don't step on me.
Well, it's just a new way of like experiencing it.
Yeah.
Because Aryan, like, sure, you give it to him, you get money, and then you have to wait 2 days before you get your new one. This is just find it, you can easily go
Step
back.
on me.
You find it, and like the quest is instantly complete. You just can't have the quest more than once in your list, which is, well, saddening, but understandable.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
And I still will do Aryan's quest as well, because, you know, it's still yet another artifact that he sent you to find.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for mountain goating I will also always go into first person, because mountain goating on third person is just fucking impossible.
Annoying as shit, yeah.
You know, first person, for some reason, mountain goating is just easier.
Such an amazing view.
Like, for some reason I can mountain goat in this way, normally. Third person I just can't. Do I need to mountain goat for this? Yes, probably. Ah, there's your phone.
Yeah. Instead of doing phone related things.
Yeah, no, it sounded like a mountain goat, so...
You know, the most annoying thing, I just calculated how much credits it's going to cost me if I were to fill up the carrier with tritium.
Oh god.
You want to know how much?
Well?
Nearly 700 million.
Well then.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm contemplating if we're actually going to be doing this or not. Unless, you know, they finally start changing up the tritium meta, because if it's gonna stay the way it is, I just don't know.
I feel that.
The only thing I wanted to do with this fucking carrier is go deep space exploration, but if that's not even viable anymore, then honestly I don't know what I'm gonna do. Might as well, you know, get rid of the fucking carrier, because right now the only thing it's doing is costing me a fuck ton of credits.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Okay, fuck mountain goating this place. Also, Riften.
And I like every time I, you know, look up the cheapest exports, it's always going to be, it's like 10 to 20 stations that have like a whole 1 or 2 tritium in quantity, because every other single carrier is hogging all of those stations. Like, you know, it's the last source of tritium in the galaxy. Like, they're all there, so it's impossible to actually get, you know, an actual cheap amount of tritium. And if you do want to do it, you'll likely be, you know, flying back and forth with 1 ton per tritium per flight, which is going to drive you insane if you need 15,000 tons.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit concerning, because The last thing I want to do is have to mine all of this bullshit.
Yeah, no, I feel
Because
that.
right now, honestly don't know like what Frontier wants people to do with these fucking carriers anymore. Like there's no way to really earn money with them, and all of the cool things you want to do with them you can't do because they actually cost you enough credits to do it. And if it's just a little amount, I don't mind, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
If we're talking nearly 700 million credits for just an exploration trip, what the fuck? That trip is never going to ever earn 700 million. And if it did, that means I'd have to be exploring day in, day out for like 2 months. And then maybe I get that amount of money. This could easily be solved by like by like 2 low temperature diamond mining runs, which you can do in less than a day, which I don't want to do. So why the hell does that one thing still earn that much fucking money, and does everything else cost so much?
Obviously, I don't know.
They frontiered this so badly. Like, why would you ever think this was a good idea? At least we still got a lot of cool things to look forward to with Odyssey, because obviously the entire salvaging thing sounds pretty fucking interesting too, not gonna lie. Yeah. And I want to see what can you do with actual on the ground combat, like what are the different guns gonna be, what are like the special effects for the combat outfit, or what kind of missions can you expect? Is there going to be like a stealth thing involved? Can you actually go out and assassinate people? You have to stealth up and go into like an outpost just to assassinate like some high ranking dude. That'd be cool as fuck, dude.
Holy shit.
But right now it's just looking like a hot mess.
Look at the hot mess that I just found.
That's another painting.
I don't care for the paint.
You were looking at the paintings for like a whole half minute.
Yeah, but I want everything for the museum. Like, just ship it all over, period. Dude, what the fuck are you doing here? Give me your charcoal, not your pen. You've hoarded a lot of items, it seems, you fuck.
Yes, Drabar has always been luckier than most. He is always finding things on the ground that do not have anyone's name on them.
If it doesn't have a name on it, that doesn't mean it's yours. You know, fuck you.
There is much treasure too.
Your lucky coin? Fuck you. Now mine.
Right at your feet.
You're going to be unlucky from now on out. Yes, I just stole his lucky coin. I am a horrible person.
I mean, we knew that.
He deserved it.
I mean, did he though?
He's ordered so much shit.
Since when? Yeah. So, look who's talking! You're
Okay.
the biggest order in the entirety of Skyrim. You literally are.
But hear me out. I don't do it for myself.
Yes, you do.
No!
It's your museum.
Well, I mean, I contribute to the museum. I give it to the museum so people can enjoy it. This guy just takes it all for himself and just doesn't care about like what others see.
But what if that house was like a smaller museum?
I mean, it burned to the ground probably because somebody set it on fire.
I mean, it's probably a shitty museum anyway, but yeah, it's still...
Besides, why put it in your own... Why put it in like a house or a museum? Why not donate it to the Dragonborn Gallery?
See, this is exactly how the Mafia works.
How do you mean?
You know, you're like going by different, like, the smaller people. You're like, hey, this is a nice collection. You might want to donate this to my bigger collection. Oh, you don't want to do that. Oh, that's a shame, Slice. Oh, that's a shame, Stab. Oh, Oh, I have to steal all of this. Oh, well, how horrible, slicey, stabby, shooty.
That does sound like me, yes.
Yeah, it also sounds like what the Mafia would do. You're literally...
I am the Mafia.
Basically, yeah.
Oh wow, hello there. Burnt corpse there.
Kind of an odd place to be burnt. You'd expect it to be frozen.
Yep. Hey! Expert level chest.
Of course, you took the skeleton key for yourself. I mean, of course you did.
Hey, you've been knowing that for like months already. I've literally told you our plan was.
Sitting there waiting. I wonder when he's coming back. And you're like, coming back, lol. Never.
Well, I mean, I am coming back. It's going to take like a...
You there. As an officer of the Imperial Legion, I require your assistance to complete my mission.
Yes, that is one of the most entertaining quests ever.
Oh my god. What mission?
The General has sent me to obtain a powerful weapon for the war effort. This was the last great bastion of the Dragon Cult, and their leader's mask was reported to be quite powerful.
So, my general never mentioned you.
Oh, well, of course they disavow all knowledge. Spies are everywhere.
I've helped him kill that bastard Ulfric.
Are you going to help me with my mission? I need someone very capable.
This is not your mission anymore. Well, sure, if it will help the cause.
Very good. The research I've done seems to indicate that Skorm Snowstrider left part of his journal here after laying siege.
Can I just murder
I
him?
believe it should indicate how to enter the blocked off sections of the stronghold.
You can, but I wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Because you'll miss out on a pretty funny scene later on.
Okay. Well. I selected the quest.
I should warn you, Forelhost is quite haunted, but I'm sure you can handle it. Return to me here once you've obtained the mask.
Return to me here once you've obtained the mask. Are you fucking... You're not even... Okay,
he's not going.
Fuck
like,
you.
Yeah, good luck, bye.
Fuck you. This is your mission. You're the one... Oh, fuck you.
You want to know what's going to happen, or do you want to see it for yourself?
I kind of want to see it for myself.
It is pretty ironic.
You know, you're going to give him the mask and he's going to suddenly be like, ha ha ha, traveler. Thank you for this. Oh.
This is probably like the funnest little quest they've ever put into Skyrim.
It's a museum display instantly.
You'll be leaving basically just to give him the mask, and you'll be like, wait a second, what? just wait and see.
Half your size, twice as heavy.
There we go.
Maybe next.
Murder the ghost. A ghost with ancient armor and money.
You have to be a special kind of weird to loot a ghost. Like, how do you even do that?
I don't know.
It's like you took his ghostly coins out of his ghostly pocket. And suddenly they become real coins.
Okay, so there's 3 things in here.
I'm tougher than I.
Because there's the item that we need to find, the book, and we have the other item for the quest. Because there's also the Jade Skull here that I need for the museum.
Can you just really, pronounce it normally? Skull?
Skull?
Because right now it says, like, you're going to school.
Oh.
That's the way you're saying it. Like the Jade School. Like, what? I mean, is there a second college in Skyrim?
Yeah, it's College of Riddleton. Oh, hello there.
Like,
Okay, run.
Here you will learn what a Riddleton is. Well, it's an idiot. That'll be $20.
Ow. Fuck. Okay, well. Glad to see that Mirai's frost thing is really working out for her. Oh, great.
You know you're a Drew when you're getting your face kicked in by 2 different ghosts. Then your girlfriend comes up and saves you, and you immediately run off to grab some loot.
No. Okay, no.
Just like the very next second, you're like, bye.
No, her frost thing was actually in the way earlier. I was actually trying to run past her, but... Also, I was...
Mirage running at you like, I'll save you, my love, and you're like, bye.
I was also wanting to heal because frost damage. It is literally the worst.
Yeah. It is annoying as shit.
Okay, 1 gold is down. Arrows, yes please. Okay, there we go. Second
Maybe
one
next
down.
time.
Ooh, Dragon Priest dagger. Oh, not for the museum, sure. Door. Second door. Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there. Alright, quick save, grab a bow. Quick save again because I wasn't in the right angle. Now we are. Alright, you share that. There we go, hidden damage. Oh, thank you for sending out your frost thing, Mirai. Literally right. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Mirai, for the help, Mirai, you dumb cunt.
No, it's appreciated, but she just shouldn't spawn those.
It's appreciated, but elsewhere, thank you.
Well, the thing
Not
is, I don't care what she does in that sense. Just not that specific thing, because that thing is just so big and so lump. Linen wraps.
You think this place is abandoned?
Oh, by the way, I got also the Ogna Infinium.
Ah, yes. The Ogna Infinium.
Yeah, I've bought a copy of it to the museum. Because apparently you can't bring the normal version into the museum.
Yeah. I mean, I like, you know, the quests that, you know, that they've got to do with Hammer's Morocco, they're pretty interesting, but talking to the guy is just, you want to fucking kill yourself. I like talking like this. Boring the fuck out of you.
Ah, fuck, I just hit Mirai.
Especially when you're doing Dragon Ball and he hits you with those long ass monologues that just take on entirely too long.
Die, damn it!
And you want to accidentally, quote unquote accidentally, kill the guy.
Oh, yeah. Ah, fuck this cultist.
Fake him. Taking a wreck himself.
Not even a
Yeah.
scratch.
He's dead.
Okay, I can skimp on this, I can skimp on that. Don't need those sensors, don't I?
Oh, I can see through this wall that we have actually had a bit of a fight there.
Well then.
Yeah, look on the top there. Clear signs of battle.
Some frosty boys did his thing there.
Yeah, the one that was attacking Mirai and me. Or me and Mirai, whatever.
That sounds like the title of a sitcom, Mirai and Me.
For fuck's sake. Burial urn, $7.
Don't step on me.
Actually 7 septims, but I don't give a shit. Alright, what now? Force one arrow, hell yes. Gold ore. Armored ingots. I'm rich. Silver ore. Ooh. Ooh, actually there's a smelter here. Can I use it? No, I can't. By the way, in my playthrough, something that I found are these small little caves on the sides of places. For instance, Frost Rest. Going into them is actually pretty important. You can find a little bit of loot, but also some firewood. And what you know what you can do with firewood?
Not really.
Some crafting recipes actually require you to use firewood.
Oh, alright.
I've noticed that when I was making things in the museum. Which is why, right now, whenever I see a Frost Rest for the first time, I actually go in there, steal all the firewood. Not because I want the firewood, but because I just don't want to craft it myself. I don't want to go to like some kind of block for it. I just want to do it that way because it's easier. But yeah, now some weapons require you to actually use firewood, which is weird. But at the very same time, I just accept it and just move on. Could also be because of one of my mods, because I do actually use a mod to make crafting recipes a little bit bigger and harder. Crafting is a bit bigger in that sense. Look at this guy. Oh, he actually, oh, okay. I activated the Death Lord.
Huh.
And I killed the ghost by slitting its throat in one go. Ah, that was 13.2 apparent damage. 13.2 stealth damage.
Big oof.
You crossed the wrong girl.
Right, one Death Lord down, there's a second one.
One Death Lord?
Let me get Fusroda again.
I want to do the Fus for gas, thank you. Let me do the Fus for gas.
Do you know why it's important for me to do that?
Why not?
There is actually, if you use Ordinator, there's actually a perk for it.
Oh yeah, so it's going to be a speech skill, isn't it?
Yeah. Based on like the amount of time that it takes before it's recharged again.
I like how that mod basically says, yeah, because you can shout like a dragon. I'm pretty sure you also be good at, you know, making a persuasive offer for an urchin. How the fuck does that work?
It's not actually just persuasion.
You just walk into like Bellator's shop one day and you're like, hi!
Holy shit, I'm almost dying. Mirai, save me! Don't! I need to heal. Ooh, potion.
Potion, eh?
Picks a potion, doesn't use it, just keeps using your health magic.
Maybe next.
Okay, I killed it. I did a good job. Why the hell is Mirai still up there? Well, you can't walk there, can't you? No? Why not? Let me pick up the great sword so you can probably... Now you can walk past, sure. That was weird.